Have you noticed yourself hesitating at curbs, gripping handrails tighter than you used to, or shortening your stride without realizing it? You might chalk it up to getting older, but here's the truth. Losing balance isn't just a normal part of aging. In fact, for most people, it's not aging that's the problem. It's a handful of small, preventable habits quietly weakening your body's stability every single day. Today, exposing the 5 hidden mistakes that are secretly sabotaging your balance. Some of them will surprise you. One might be happening in your home right now, without you even noticing. And the scariest part? These habits don't start with a dramatic fall. They creep in slowly. A little stiffness in the ankles, a moment of hesitation, a quiet fear of losing your footing, until suddenly, your body no longer moves with the ease and confidence it once did. But here's the good news. Every one of these mistakes can be reversed. With the right knowledge and a few simple changes, you can regain control, rebuild your strength, and restore your confidence. So don't skip ahead. Don't click away, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand what's been holding you back, you'll have the tools to take your stability back into your own hands. 1. Neglecting the foundation, your feet and ankles. Let's start with the foundation of your balance, your feet and ankles. While most people think balance comes from the brain or core, the real first responders are much lower down. Your feet and ankles play a critical role in every step you take. They adjust, react, absorb shock, and send important messages to your brain about the ground beneath you. But here's the catch. We rarely train them. And without regular use, they become stiff, weak, and unresponsive. Dr. Karen Lee, a physical therapist specializing in geriatric care, puts it this way. Your feet are like the roots of a tree. If they're unstable, everything above them wobbles. That wobble might show up as stumbling on uneven pavement, hesitating before going downstairs, or even feeling off balance when standing up from a chair. Take George, for example. He's 76 years old, active, and in relatively good health. No vision problems, no history of major falls. Yet he kept tripping over small things, carpet edges, uneven sidewalks, even the line between the kitchen tile and living room carpet. It's like my feet stopped talking to my brain, he said during his first visit to Dr. Lee's clinic. A quick assessment revealed extremely tight ankles, poor mobility, and weak foot muscles. Years of wearing soft, heavily cushioned sneakers and always walking on flat surfaces had taken their toll. His feet simply weren't doing their job anymore. The solution? Surprisingly simple. George began doing daily exercises. Toe raises to build ankle strength, towel scrunches to wake up the small muscles under his feet, and foot rolls with a tennis ball to improve circulation. He also started walking barefoot on safe surfaces at home, with floors, yoga mats, and even the grass in his backyard. Within just 2 weeks, he felt a noticeable difference. It's like my feet woke up, he laughed. I never realized how disconnected they were until I got them working again. And George isn't alone. In one clinical study from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, older adults who engaged in just 10 minutes of foot and ankle exercises a day saw significant improvements in balance, gait, and reaction time within a month. These changes are not about athletic performance. They're about everyday freedom, moving without fear, reacting quickly to a trip hazard, stepping confidently into the shower or out onto a sidewalk. So here's what you can do today. Stand barefoot and slowly rise onto your tiptoes. Hold it for 5 seconds, then lower back down. Repeat this 10 times. Next, sit in a chair, lay a small towel under your feet, and try to scrunch it up using only your toes. Roll a ball under your soles to relieve tension. These tiny movements might feel silly, but they wake up the muscles that keep you steady. It all starts from the ground up. When you rebuild strength and awareness in your feet and ankles, you don't just protect yourself from falls. You take a first step toward walking confidently, freely, and independently again. 2. Skipping balance training. Let's clear up a big misconception. Balance isn't something you're born with and simply lose as you age. It's a skill, one that must be maintained, practiced, and even relearned over time. And just like muscle strength or flexibility, if you don't train your balance, it fades, slowly, subtly, until one day, a slight turn or a misstep leaves you wobbling. Dr. Jane Smith, a well-respected geriatric specialist, explains, balance is not automatic. It's a learned coordination between your vision, muscles, joints, and inner ear. If you don't challenge it, you lose it. But the good news is it can be rebuilt at any age. Take Linda, for example. She's 73 years old, retired, and loves gardening. But over the past year, she started moving slower, avoiding uneven paths in her backyard, and skipping activities that used to bring her joy. When asked why, she said, "I just try not to move too fast anymore. I don't want to risk falling." During a routine checkup, her doctor asked her to try a simple balance test, walking heel to toe in a straight line. She couldn't do it. Her legs wobbled, and she had to hold on to the exam table. "I thought I was being careful," she admitted. "Turns out I was making myself weaker." Linda began a gentle daily routine of balance exercises. She started by standing on one foot while brushing her teeth, then added heel to toe walking down her hallway. Eventually, she joined a local Tai Chi class at the community center. Within 6 weeks, her coordination improved, and so did her confidence. "Now, I move without that constant fear in the back of my mind," she said with a smile. Studies back this up. Research published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that seniors who practiced just 15 minutes of balance exercises 3 times a week significantly reduced their fall risk within 2 months. These exercises don't require special equipment. They don't even require leaving your home. All it takes is intention and consistency. So here's a simple challenge. While brushing your teeth tonight, lift one foot and try to hold it for 10 seconds. Switch feet. Tomorrow, walk a straight line from your kitchen to the living room, placing one foot directly in front of the other. These tiny movements send big signals to your brain and body, reminding them how to coordinate, react, and adjust. The truth is, avoiding balance training doesn't keep you safe. It makes you more vulnerable. By embracing small, daily challenges, you're not just preventing falls, you're building resilience, confidence, and independence. It's never too late to retrain your balance and start walking tall again. 3. The footwear factor. When we think about fall prevention, we often picture exercises, doctor visits, or grab bars in the shower. But one of the most overlooked and easily fixable risk factors is something you put on every day: your shoes. Or, in many cases, what you don't put on. Walking around the house in socks, loose slippers, or even barefoot might feel comfortable. But these choices can silently increase your risk of falling. Dr. Michael Grant, a podiatrist with over 20 years of experience treating seniors, warns improper footwear is one of the leading causes of preventable falls at home. It doesn't take much. One misstep in slippery socks or unstable slippers can send someone straight to the emergency room. That was nearly the case for Jack, a 79-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. Jack had always taken pride in staying active. He walked daily, mowed his own lawn, and even led a book club. But one night, while getting up to use the restroom, he slipped on his hardwood floor. "I was wearing my regular socks," Jack recalls, "and my foot just slid out from under me like I was on ice." He managed to grab the doorframe in time to avoid a fall, but the scare was enough to make him rethink his habits. The next day, he bought a pair of non-slip indoor shoes with firm soles and Velcro straps. "It felt silly at first," he said, "but within a week, I realized I felt more grounded and steady. I wasn't even thinking about slipping anymore." Jack's story isn't unusual. In fact, a study from the British Medical Journal found that over 50% of indoor falls in older adults were related to poor footwear choices. Thin soles, backless slippers, worn-out treads, or socks with no grip strip away the foot's natural ability to feel the floor and adjust to changes in surface texture. On the flip side, shoes with sturdy soles, good arch support, and anti-slip tread provide stability and help the body maintain balance. So how do you know if your footwear is helping or hurting? Start by checking the bottom. If the sole is smooth, worn down, or folds too easily, it's not giving you the support you need. Next, check the fit. Your shoe should stay snug on your foot without sliding off or pinching. Lastly, look for structure. Something that holds the foot firmly but still allows for natural movement. You don't need to invest in expensive orthopedic footwear. Many brands now offer attractive, affordable house shoes designed specifically for seniors. The key is to prioritize function over fashion. Even simple non-slip socks with silicone grips on the bottom are better than bare feet or cotton socks. Footwear might seem like a small detail, but it has a big impact. The right shoes can give you back your confidence, reduce your risk of injury, and help you move through your home with peace of mind. Don't wait for a close call like Jack's to make the change. Your safety starts with what's on your feet. 4. Over-reliance on external supports. One of the most subtle yet damaging habits when it comes to balance is relying too heavily on furniture, walls, or canes for support, especially when it's not medically necessary. While it might seem like a harmless precaution, constantly reaching for a countertop or leaning on a hallway wall sends your brain and body a powerful message. I can't do this on my own. And the more you rely on external support, the less your body practices the internal skills it needs to stay upright. Dr. Lisa Turner, a rehabilitation specialist with decades of experience working with older adults, explains it like this: balance is like a muscle. The less you use it, the weaker it gets. If you never challenge your body to stand or walk unaided, it forgets how. That was exactly what happened to Sarah, a 75-year-old former nurse who began using a cane after a minor fall in her kitchen. Initially, the cane gave her confidence, which was fine. But over time, Sarah began using it everywhere. Inside the house, to get out of bed, even to walk to the bathroom. Slowly, her legs got weaker, her steps got shorter, and her confidence vanished. I didn't even realize how much I was depending on it, Sarah said. It just became automatic. Concerned, her daughter encouraged her to see a physical therapist. Together, they created a plan that focused on retraining her balance without the cane. Sarah began by simply standing unaided near a wall for support if needed. She progressed to taking a few steps in her hallway without holding on. Then she practiced balance drills like shifting her weight from foot to foot and walking heel to toe in a straight line. Within weeks, she felt stronger. I started noticing I wasn't reaching for the walls anymore, she said. And one day I walked across the living room without the cane and didn't even realize it. Sarah's story is not unique. Many older adults unintentionally train their bodies to be dependent on external support. The problem is furniture and walls don't go with you to the grocery store, the park, or the sidewalk. When you step outside, your body must be ready to support itself. If it hasn't been trained to do so, that's when a small misstep becomes a dangerous fall. If you want to regain your independence, start with small, safe steps. Stand in place without holding onto anything, even for 20 or 30 seconds. Walk across a clear hallway without touching the walls. Practice shifting your weight from side to side while keeping your head up. These little challenges help retrain your muscles, rebuild coordination, and restore confidence. Letting go of the wall isn't just a physical act, it's a mental one. It's about trusting your body again. And with time, consistency, and a little guidance, that trust can turn into strength, freedom, and renewed independence. 5. Overlooking vision and inner ear health. When people think about balance, they usually focus on muscles, joints, or maybe even their posture. But two of the most overlooked systems that play a massive role in staying upright are your eyes and your inner ears. These two areas work like your body's GPS. They constantly send signals to your brain about where you are in space, whether you're moving, turning, or standing still. As we age, changes in these systems can quietly erode our ability to stay steady, leading to dizziness, missteps, and even dangerous falls. Dr. Alan Lee, an experienced audiologist who has worked with hundreds of older adults, explains it clearly. Vision and vestibular health are often ignored in fall prevention, but they are absolutely essential. Regular checkups can detect issues early and allow for treatments that restore balance and confidence. Consider Tom, an 80-year-old former tennis player. He'd always been active and coordinated, but recently started feeling unsteady, especially in low light or unfamiliar places. It felt like the floor was shifting under me, Tom said. He thought it was just old age, until a family member noticed he was avoiding steps and moving hesitantly. After seeing a specialist, Tom learned he had early-stage cataracts that blurred his depth perception, and a condition called benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, or BPPV, which affected his inner ear balance. Both issues were treatable. With updated glasses and a few sessions of vestibular therapy, Tom quickly regained control. It was like someone flipped a switch, he shared. Suddenly, I could walk without second-guessing every step. and Tom's experience isn't rare. Vision changes such as cataracts, glaucoma, or macular degeneration can reduce contrast sensitivity and depth perception. Two things crucial for navigating steps or uneven ground. At the same time, the inner ear's vestibular system, which detects head motion and helps you maintain orientation, can weaken or become disoriented, causing dizziness, imbalance, or that unsettling floating feeling. The key to prevention is simple. Don't ignore your senses. Schedule regular eye exams, not just for glasses, but for a full check of your retinal and lens health. Ask for a hearing test too, especially if you've noticed ringing in your ears, trouble following conversations, or unexplained dizziness. Vestibular disorders are often treatable with physical therapy techniques that retrain the body's balance response. You can also take small steps at home. Improve lighting in hallways, install night lights, and mark step edges with high-contrast tape to help your vision adjust quickly. Even wearing yellow-tinted glasses indoors can improve contrast in low light. Our bodies rely on good sensory input to maintain balance. When those signals get fuzzy, our brain has to work overtime, and that's when accidents happen. But with awareness, regular checkups, and a proactive approach, you can keep your senses sharp and your balance strong. Consultation. What if I told you that improving your balance isn't just about avoiding a fall? It's about getting your life back. It's about walking into a room without hesitation, stepping outside without fear, and moving through your day with the confidence you thought you had lost. The truth is, balance is more than physical, it's emotional, it's psychological. And it's deeply connected to how free you feel in your own body. Today, we uncovered 5 silent habits that slowly chip away at your stability. But here's the empowering part. Every single one of them can be reversed. Whether it's rebuilding foot strength, practicing daily balance drills, upgrading your footwear, moving beyond the walls of your home, or finally taking your vision and hearing seriously, these changes are within reach. You don't have to accept frailty as your future. With simple, consistent steps, you can restore control, rebuild trust in your body, and reclaim the freedom to live on your own terms. That is your takeaway today. Balance is not lost. It's taken back, one choice at a time. And if you found value in this video, don't just watch and walk away. Subscribe now and tap the bell. Because every week we bring you real, science-backed health tips designed to keep you moving forward. Share this video with someone you care about. Let's help more people stop surviving and start thriving.